Hey folks, welcome to the Wealth Transfer with TC. Today I just want to do a quick update on Zion Oil and Gas and what actually took place yesterday. Because folks, I know that a lot of people are invested because of this channel, and I want to make sure that you guys know and understand the risks and everything that is going on. Now, I came out with a video yesterday and I tried to explain that, but I think I need to continue to explain exactly what's going on, because this is a very serious situation. People are dumping tons of money into the stock, and you really have a 50-50 chance of whether or not if they have oil and gas or they don't have anything at all. And this is not about faith. This is about reality and where Zion Oil is at. Now, folks, before I get into that, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing information, giving you my thoughts and my opinions on that information. Okay, so over the last 5 days, yes, Zion Oil is up, and it actually on Monday, it reached 42 cents, and then from there, it basically crashed, okay? And what a lot of people don't get, and I saw some comments and stuff on social media, and it's just really disgusting to see that nobody really has any trading strategies when it comes to Zion Oil. I shared with you guys in a previous video, I said you really don't want the stock to go up tremendously on a daily basis. I said maybe a penny a day. All right. And why on earth would you ever get together with a whole bunch of people and buy at the very beginning of the day on a Monday? Stocks, a lot of times, always take off on Monday in the morning, right? And then even during the week, a lot of times, it might jump out a penny or 2 pennies or 3 pennies. So some of the things and some of the trading strategies are getting ridiculous. And I saw a comment, where people are getting together and discussing about buying a whole bunch of Zion Oil in the beginning of the trading day. And then you leave nothing left for the rest of the day. That doesn't make any sense. If you're going to battle the shorts, at least attempt to, because really the Zion Oil community doesn't really have the financial power to really fight the shorts. And that was proved yesterday because the stock went up to 42 cents and they dragged it all the way down to where you see it right now, 32 cents. They made a crap load of money because of the way that people are trading Zion Oil, and they are in these groups and they are watching, and and I guarantee that some of them are saying certain things within the groups, and it's causing people to lose their money. And you're getting excited about something that they don't even have the test results yet. And it's going to be some time. I shared with you guys that, and I'm excited too. Yes, they're getting closer and closer, right? But that doesn't mean that it's going to happen. And that doesn't mean that they're going to have oil, because we've been through this. If you guys saw my last few videos, you'll understand that people have been through this time and time again. And that regardless of how much money that you have invested, you need to protect your investment. Now, what happened yesterday did not happen because of stop losses, okay? That had nothing to do with it. The shorts brought down the price. They made pretty good money. If they shorted it when it was at 42 cents and now you see it at 32 cents, they made some really good money. They made 10 cents off of each stock. You guys have to understand, we are very, very close to getting results, probably within 3 months when we go back to history, right? And we should know whether or not if they have oil here pretty soon. Oil or gas, right? So just because they have all this equipment on the ground does not signify that they have oil. Get that out of your head. Anytime that they had to drill, they had to have the same equipment, the same testers, all that stuff had to be on site anyway. So it's only exciting to the fact that they are getting closer to their test results. And if you're going to attack the shorts, then you need to make sure, if you're going to buy, try to buy at the end of the day. If the price is not where you want it by the end of the day, and it seems to be pretty good, and the shorts are getting hurt, then wait till the next day. You guys are just pouring in money just blindly. It's just absolutely ridiculous, and that's not how you trade. You don't get together with a whole bunch of people and you decide that you're going to buy a whole bunch of stocks on a Monday at opening. This is why people lose money trading stocks, especially with Zion Oil. I've learned my lesson over the years, and I'm not going to lose any more money. And I don't care what people think about my trading strategy, and I'm going to continue to do what I do, and I'm going to share with my audience how I think that they that they could better themselves in trading this stock and in other stocks too as well. I told you guys that I haven't decided where I want to put my stop loss at. I want to see where this goes. I want to see where the price of the barrel of oil goes. And maybe as we get closer to that time period, we will know. But let me tell you something else, folks. You remember when I shared with you guys about the short interest and how it dropped dramatically right before a news release? Okay? There are people that are working for Zion Oil that are sharing information. There are Judases that are working on the Zion Oil project. Okay? And I guarantee, whether it's Facebook or anywhere else, they're on those boards and they're posting about buy, because they know that regardless, that they're going to be able to short the heck out of this stock. And people in the shorts are probably going to pile in dramatically when that news release comes out, and if it's not a positive news release concerning whether or not if they have oil or not, they're going to pile in. That's going to be another indication of whether or not you know that they don't have oil. So what happened yesterday didn't have anything to do with stop losses. It had to do with people not knowing what the heck they're doing when they're trading Zion Oil. And then they're trading and they're using market orders too as well. Why would you use a market order to buy any stock unless it's going on a run? And Zion Oil is not going on a run. So why would you use market orders? You know why? Because people are getting other people involved and they're not showing them anything about trading. I've always shared, when you go buy a stock, use limit order. The only time I would ever use a market order, if a stock is crashing and I'm trying to get out of it, or if a stock is skyrocketing and I'm trying to get in, those would be the only two ways that I use a market order. So this had nothing to do with stop losses. This just had to do with people not knowing what the heck they're doing when they're going in and buying this stock, and they think that they can take on the shorts. They have way more money than you, and guess what, folks? At a peak of 42 cents, and you see where it's at right now, they made a lot more money than you have in a short period of time. Because when you short a stock, guess what? You got to close out your position. You have to close your position. And guess what? They made a whole lot of money. And guess what? They made enough money to keep their game going and running it on you. And I guarantee that they are in those Facebook groups. They're on the stock twits. They're creating these articles for you guys to read and promote, and because they are setting you up. They are setting everybody up. That's why I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, and I pay attention to the charts. This is not your normal stock. This is an oil stock. They have no revenue coming in at all whatsoever. They have no profit margin. They have nothing. This is all the money that they make in order to drill, pay their employees, comes from you. Even if the shorts decided not to mess with Zion Oil yesterday, and what happened? Well, guess what? If Zion Oil needs money, they're going to sell it off at 42 cents too as well. But there are people that went and invested their money at 41 and 42 cents yesterday. Thousands of dollars. And, people need to take this a lot more seriously, because, yes, we believe and we have faith. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's Zion Oil's time yet. I want you guys who are in Zion Oil, I want you to think about your exit plan if things don't go in the way that we hope they go. All right, because guess what, folks? You will be waiting another full 2 years before we get to this point to where they're testing another well. I guarantee that. So, folks, and we don't have the firepower to deal with the shorts. And especially when you have a company that will not put out their updates during trading hours. They're not helping at all either. And that's another issue that needs to be addressed. Zion Oil has a shareholder meeting, and people are expecting to hear something. And if they don't hear anything positive, this stock is going to drop even more than where it has been within the last 24 hours. I just want you guys to be smart about this. And if you guys are not swing trading Zion Oil at all whatsoever, and you're not buying on the low and selling on the high, and you're just holding, you guys need to make sure you're in a position that you don't lose your investment. because you will be waiting another 2 years. And guess what? Their first update that indicates that they don't have oil or gas, we should know before that release comes out. And if they release it after trading hours, okay, let's say they release it at 3:01, which they've done before in the past, right? That's when the OTC markets close. Guess what's going to happen in the morning? There's going to be a massive sell-off. And if you're not prepared and you're not ready, you're going to lose. And that's when I would be putting in a market order the next day if we get an update after trading hours. See, and that's going to be the thing, folks. Whether you're at work or you're at home or whatever the case, whenever they release these results, you better be ready and better be in position, because if you don't have your stop losses in, right, and I'm not putting mine in right now. I'm not putting in any stop losses until I feel like we are getting closer to that time period, right? And I'm trying to be bold and try to be real about the situation. And everybody keeps knocking me because they seem like I'm a downer, and I'm not being a downer. I'm just being real. I have to do my best to make sure that the people that I brought into this at least come out financially ahead if things don't turn out well for Zion Oil, because then we can invest at any time over the next couple years when they decide to drill. And trust me, I won't be buying any stocks of Zion Oil above 5 cents. That's for sure, because I'm not going to be buying at 20 and 30 cents, and they don't even have the drill set up yet for the next oil well. Even Coach, he even talked about that he had expected some type of drop after a major rise like that, and people still didn't pay attention. And the short volume did drop some, but not really, because there was such a high volume, right? You have a 59% short volume ratio on the 2nd of June, but the volume was double that. But the short volume was only 34%. So there was actually more shorts in it yesterday than it was even at its peak at 60% on the 2nd, with only 5.3 million total volume. But folks, I just want you guys to be careful going into these next couple months. I'll share with you when that time comes where my stop losses are at, right? Because I do think that this price of Zion Oil could go up dramatically, depending if we get close to $200 a barrel for oil, right? But that might be wrong. It might be still at 33 cents around that time period. So anyways, folks, that's all I have for today. I thank you guys for listening. God bless. TC out.